All right, let's get into some content, okay? This is stuff we haven't touched on.
Why'd you pause for so long?
What? All right, so we're gonna get in some local. I saw this and I wanted to make sure that we spoke about it. And so once I saw it, I was like, you know what, we gotta talk about this because I don't want to forget it. Because sometimes when you kind of see things and the day comes up when you gotta prep for the show,
and you forget it.
You forget a whole bunch of shit. So I was like, all right, gotta make sure I talk about this. All right, so a young woman, or a young mother, went to her Instagram and exposed the TBSD, or is that Toronto School Board?
Toronto District School, TDSB.
What did I say? I said
TBSD. I don't know what's wrong with you. Toronto District School Board.
I never went to, I lived in Brampton.
I didn't go there. Actually, I did go there once.
I live in Peel. I don't even went to school in Peel. But the Toronto, so this woman, she showed a picture of her with the young daughter. I was in the 8th or 7th. She's young. She's in elementary school.
Yeah.
Elementary school. Her daughter had looked some type of swelling over her, right eye. Mm-hmm. And it looked bad. And she had a long paragraph saying that her daughter has been consistently bullied by some boy in her classroom, and the school has yet to, do anything to stop this, right? And so she's, taking it up and she's showcasing what's going on. It went kind of viral inside the whole GTA region. Mm-hmm. And I thought I would see it on the news cycle, maybe the next day or the next 2 days after. But I didn't see it on CP24 or CTV. Have you seen it?
Yes, I saw it on City News covered it.
Oh, City News.
Yeah, I saw it I think 2 or 3 days afterwards. I was watching TV and City News did cover it.
Yeah, so I didn't see City News.
But City News has a lot of black reporters too, so that could be part of the reason why they actually got around to covering it.
Okay. So I didn't see any other ones reported. I'm like, why not? This makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
And so when I saw this, I'm like, damn, what the fuck? Why like,
Well, so the boy who bullied her, even before like physically abusing her, apparently he calls her the N-word, and he tells people that she has sex with her dad. And
yes, I remember that.
Yeah, and then he like took this binder to her face and punched her in the eye, and her eye kind of was shut, which is really fucked up. And the school admitted to, because the mom recorded one of the conversations with the superintendent, I believe. And she admitted that they handle cases based on race, age, tax bracket, and that kind of shit, which I think is very fucked up.
Funny enough that you said that, because as I was looking for content for the swing, I saw that Blog TO has some type of new, it was posted 9 hours ago when I was looking for it. They have something about racial separation within inside Toronto, and it's based on say the racialized group and the white immigrants, and it's based on tax brackets and stuff like that. So I'm glad you said that, because there's a real racial divide in Toronto that is getting even worse as the years go by.
Yeah, but yeah, I thought that was really fucked up, but at the same time, is it wrong to say I'm not surprised they're not doing anything about it?
Yeah, I would say so. Yeah.
Because I feel like it's wrong and it's fucked up that they're not, but it doesn't surprise me. It makes me disappointed, but it doesn't surprise me that they haven't done anything about it. Yes, exactly. But that's the thing, and that's an unfortunate situation to be in. But they should do. I'm glad that this mother, she's not giving up on it. She's not okay, it's done, just leave it alone type of thing. And she's fighting for it, whatever, and still because even after recording the conversation with the superintendent and posting that and stuff, but I think eventually, it's gonna pick up a little bit more than what it has, and then the school board's gonna have to have they made a statement? I don't think so.
I haven't seen any type of statements. I haven't seen. She deleted it off her Instagram.
Oh, she did?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
That link that I have there, she's no longer there.
Maybe because they're trying to figure something out now.
The page isn't available. The whole page is gone.
So then maybe they're trying to figure something out with her, so she had to take it down for now.
Hell no! No, you don't gotta figure something out. No. That's how they get you.
That is how they get you. But
yeah, they tell you to take it down and all of that type of stuff. Nah, keep that shit up, and then you gotta rectify what you are doing wrong.
That shit's fucked up though. And the thing is, because of that, she shouldn't have to, but she should go to a new school. That shouldn't be the case. There should be repercussions for this white boy who's doing all this shit. But if that was me, I would have just first pulled my kid out of the school and put them in a different school, and then started dealing with the board.
See, the thing is, I don't like doing all of that. Obviously, as a parent, I can't fuck up a little child.
Yeah.
And clearly, my daughter doesn't have the strength to do the same thing.
Yeah.
But we're not going like I understand. It's like sometimes in life you gotta learn to take the L, and yes, this is.
But this isn't one of those situations.
This is one of those situations. No. We fighting. You let I'm bringing my daughter to your school, and you're telling me that you're giving a blind eye to someone that's clearly getting bullied continuously.
Yeah.
You know, boys spreading rumors saying that she's fucking her daddy type shit. Hitting with a binder punch. Close my daughter's eyes shut. Yo, I should be wilding out. She's a good woman that not to be in. I don't know if she probably did walk up in there and wild out and threw shit around. I wouldn't blame her.
I wouldn't either.
I'm giving you my child.
I wouldn't blame her even if she went after the white kid's parents.
Yeah.
I wouldn't, because at the end of the day, that also has to do with the parents. Are they paying attention to their kid? Are they raising him properly? Are they telling him to say these fucked up things? Because where's he learning the N-word from?
Like I said, I was like, that's learned behavior.
Exactly.
Learned behavior. The parents fucked them.
Exactly.
Up. But my thing is, this gotta be taken care of. Like, I don't like seeing this. I don't. You know what I mean? Like.
And the thing is, like, I know for a fact if I was in the situation and the school board wasn't like doing shit about it, I know I would have gone after the parents 100%. Yeah. But then that's when the white man wins, because they know at the end of the day you're going to be the one who gets reprimanded for it and gets in trouble for it versus them, because you came up on them. But it's like the whole situation. I don't know, man.
Yeah, man.
I wouldn't blame her for it though.
Hey, man, I hope that, you know, things like this get solved, because I don't like seeing stuff like this. But also, it does surprise me, and I am disappointed because, you know, growing up in school, like, it was equal opportunity from what I remember. I don't remember it being this type of, like, racially diverse or, you know, separated and them showing, you know, I guess privilege to the privilege. You know what I mean?
I don't remember a racial divide, but I do remember bullying. Maybe that's because I experienced a lot of bullying.
I grew up in the era where, like, niggas was giving it to you in your face.
Yeah.
Like, that's the type of bullying I'm coming at. This new era is whole social media bullying. I don't really know about that. Like, I
was half and half. You know, funny enough, I got suspended in the 8th grade for it was just a girl who couldn't take a fucking, I can't even remember what the conversation was, but I said something to her on Facebook or on MSN, and then she printed out the whole thing, and then I got in trouble for allegedly bullying her online. And then when I approached her to talk to her about it in her face, she kept running away from me. So I was like, you're a pussy. Like, you're a full-up pussy. But I remember one time I was riding the bus. There's this white kid named Colin. Yeah. He used to always bully me, like throw sand in my eyes, like physically bully me. And one day he bit my arm on the bus, and he wouldn't let go. Like, his whole mouth was clenched into my arm. And my fucking neighbor was sitting next to me, and she just punched him. And then he finally got off. But, like, the bus driver didn't do shit about it. And, like, I had his teeth marks in my fucking arm. I was only 7 years old at the time.
Yeah, I remember. So here's my brother and I, we went to the same elementary school. Obviously, we're like 5 years apart. And so as we're on the school bus, this white boy, I forget his name. My brother was sitting right beside him, because, you know, we were sitting in the back of the bus. So my brother was sitting right beside him, and he was kind of like bullying him a little bit, like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm like, what are you doing? And so what I did was, like, I knocked white boy in his face, and, like, he just shut up for the rest of the day. Like, he didn't say nothing. Yeah. And I'm not much of an aggressive person, but I don't like when people, like, I clearly know they're weaker than me, getting bullied and picked on, like, maliciously around me. So I'll stand up for that. But that's my brother too. I was like, I hit him. Hit the boy, bro. I'm denting his shit. His glasses flipped over. And then he didn't say nothing. He didn't touch my brother whatsoever.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, so I was like,
Nah, my neighbor was my rider, because I'm the oldest sibling. So, like, I was fucking getting my arm bit off. Like, that shit was ridiculous.
All right, man, let's get into some pop culture news.
Yep. Good. Transition, whatever you want to call it.
All right, so my thing is, when you posted this, the whole game writing a poem for Lauren London, and I looked at it as like, are people grieve different? I can't really have a criticism for someone who's grieving, because people grieve different. People just don't show nothing. People go through different type of stages. He's doing one post a nip a day till I fade away type shit. I can't be mad at him for grieving the way he is. So me looking at this is like, I don't say it, I'm not indifferent. I've never been in that situation where I've lost someone that close to me. I wouldn't know how to react. And even if I did react a certain way, I would go like, this is how I react. This is how I got over it. But you have something to say about it.
So he wrote this, the game wrote this long ass poem on Instagram about Nip and Lauren's, like, love or whatever. Yeah. And a lot of people I saw on Twitter were like, this is really creepy. Like, he needs to, like, get help for, like, in terms of how he's grieving over it, is kind of what they were saying. But Yes, I understand. Everyone does grieve very differently. Yeah. And I respect that for sure. But what I do think it's kind of weird that he wrote the poem about like Nipsey and Lauren's love. Like, why didn't he write one about his and Nipsey's friendship, or maybe just about Nipsey and like the things that he's done and stuff? Like, why did it have to be about their love? Like, that's where I understand when people are like, okay, this is kind of weird. Mm-hmm. But do you think like, because like after seeing it, you can only ask one question. Like, do you think at some point in time, he's going to try to like get at Lauren London? Like, not soon, but maybe 2-3 years down the road?
He's not going to do the Kodak now. He's not going to do that.
You don't think so?
No, you're not.
I wouldn't put it past him.
I honestly don't think he would. I would say in a few years you would see Game somewhat be a role model or like somewhat of a father figure for Nipsey's child. Well, I would see that in the future. You would see like Game taking pictures and doing things with Nipsey's son in the future. I would say that that's going to happen.
So, but the thing is like, so that movie Menace to Society, in the movie, I can't remember everybody's names. Yes, Kane. So it's his like mentor who had the kid with Jada Pinkett Smith, and then he went to jail, and then Kane comes up in the picture, and then Kane and Jada end up falling in love, and like that kind of reminds me of this whole situation. Like, I feel like that might be what happens with this. I don't know. I wouldn't put it past him.
That should not go happen.
Only because, and like, I feel like because he's doing it in a respectful way, it's not like a way where it's like Kodak is just like, yeah, if you need it, like, I wasn't your friend all along, but now if you need one, like, it's not like that. It's like, okay, so I'm not saying right now those are his intentions, but I don't think it's an intentional thing, but I do see it happening.
I don't see it happening.
I see it happening.
I don't think they ever gonna get to that point.
Okay.
What happened? So Nipsey Hussle Memorial. I seen reports about this. Because this memorial's right in front of the store, and they say people are making money in front of it, and it's being
giving tours of where he was shot.
Yeah, the hood tours.
And like now all the food trucks are coming because so many people are coming there, and like.
I mean, capitalism. America is a place where you get your weight up.
And so when Ayesha was asked about Steph's groupies, she was saying basically like she's super, like she said Steph is a very friendly guy.
Yeah.
And sometimes that's obviously taken in the wrong way. Mm-hmm. And when she feels like that, she inserts herself because she's like, I'm a grown ass woman. And she's like, hi, like my name's Ayesha, whatever. And then starts talking to them as well. Mm-hmm. But she said like at the end of the day, the girls are always going to be there, but she absolutely hates it. Like, she hates it. And so...
That's a fact.
Yeah, I think Steph being super friendly is something that would make you hate it even more.
Yeah. But you can't be disrespectful. See, the thing is, all right, the same thing goes for the whole Offset. Did we talk about Offset yet? We haven't spoke about him yet, have we?
Him doing what?
The whole phone thing.
What phone thing?
Remember he slapped the phone out.
Oh, we didn't. We had it on the page last week. We didn't talk about it.
So, all right, let's just combine them all together. When you're in the limelight, you gotta learn to take the fucking L. Like,
no, but
I'm taking this from someone else. All right, you gotta learn to take the fucking L because you don't understand. You are constantly looked at and regarded as someone of value. So you gotta understand that your value. You gotta learn to take the L sometimes because put in a situation where you don't understand your value, you'll get reprimanded and end up like Suge Knight, right? And people love to see you down and out. So Ayesha going like, yeah, there's women right here. What she's doing is what she's supposed to do. She's supposed to understand that the women not going anywhere.
Yeah.
But she's supposed to understand it's like, fuck, my husband can't be disrespectful because you could in the NBA he could lose his job. He could get fined for some miscellaneous shit. He could get put under a scandal. So the best thing you do, you respect everyone that comes inside you.
Yes, that's true. No, she is handling it the right way, but yeah. I feel her on saying that she's gonna hate it forever. I mean, what girl wouldn't hate it? Or even if you reverse the roles, like what guy's not gonna hate it if their girl is like super famous?
And every time she's says hi, my name's Ayesha, she's taking the L. She's not saying bitch be gone. She's saying all right.
She can't.
she's saying
that's not a part of her image.
She gotta hug the L and go like, "Hey, how you doing?" You know.
But it's not really an L because, well, okay. So this is my question. I've had this debate with a few friends.
Imagine a whole bunch of girls came up to your man. Would you not be, contemptuous? Would you not be mad?
Yeah, but like it's not an L if he hasn't cheated on them. No, but cheated on me with them.
The fact that the amount of women keep on coming up to me is going to make you.
I mean, it's not really an L because then at the end of the day, I kind of win because I'm dating a guy that everyone wants. So
that's what you say until it actually happens, and that shit's like
it's already happened. I'm joking. Right. I'm joking.
Danny Green.
I'm joking. Did we ever tell you guys the story about how Danny Green voted on the poll of our podcast on my story?
No, we didn't say
That's the story, but he watched my story and voted on the poll about whether or not me and Apollo could sing, and he said we couldn't sing. Mm-hmm. I was kind of gonna DM him and be like, what the fuck? Like, how dare you? But I didn't. Danny. Anyway, so what I was gonna say was, this is a debate I've kind of had with my friends, like, over the years. Do you think Steph Curry has ever cheated on Ayesha at any point in time?
I'd probably say no.
I want to say no, but a lot of my friends are like, yes, he has, like, 100%. Like, are you stupid?
I think the way I'm not going to say they have, like, the picture-perfect relationship or anything, because I don't know what goes on behind the walls. Mm-hmm. But they seem like they have, like, an understanding with each other. It's like, all right. And Steph doesn't really seem like the type to really be slinging dick like that.
I don't know, man. You never know. Like, then again, like, we never thought Beyonce and Jay-Z, like, that happened. And nobody ever saw that coming.
It happens. But, like, I look at it as, like, because the thing is...
I just want to know.
Because the thing is, I don't necessarily look at every guy as a cheater. And just because you have the opportunity to be with, like, mad vagina, doesn't necessarily mean you take advantage of it like that. Sometimes you got to... It's not really an L, but sometimes you got to learn to understand that you have a value. And it's like... What do you place more? Do you place, like, random coochie, or do you place at the fact that you have a wife and children and a family that you're going to have to take care of? And it's, like they say, it's cheaper to keep her. You know what I mean? It's cheaper to keep her.
You should have told that to Dwayne Wade and Tristan Thompson.
Man, Jesse Williams.
And all the other basketball
Jesse
players.
Williams going through it because his ex-wife taking him through the mud, going like, yo, I need $200,000 a month?
That's a lot.
My man hit his ex-chick like, yo, this not no free ride, bitch.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Oh, my. Jesse Williams. I didn't know Jesse Williams was getting to the cash like that. What the fuck does Jesse Williams do?
Jesse Williams, isn't he the one in that doctor show?
Besides being light-skinned and with green eyes.
Yeah, he's in that doctor show.
What doctor show?
Fuck, what's it called? It's on the tip of my tongue.
ER?
No, Grey's Anatomy.
He's in Grey's Anatomy?
Yeah, he's been in Grey's Anatomy.
I thought he was the activist.
No. Oh my god.
I was like, what type of activist is making this type of money?
No, he's
Al Sharpton ass.
He's he's in Grey's Anatomy, and he was in The Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants Part 2.
Oh, that's an old movie.
Brooklyn's Finest, The Cabin in the Woods, and The Butler.
I watched The Butler.
I don't think a lot of people think he's like super fine. I don't think he's fine at all.
He's light skinned.
But like that doesn't mean he's automatically fine. I know ugly light skins.
I never said he was. I just said he's light skinned with nice eyes. But I guess he's a rarity.
That doesn't make him fine. And remember when people were dissing him and his wife at first?
His wife was like, what, dark skin and shit like that?
This is her. Because they were like, oh, she's not as good looking as him.
Yeah, because...
See?
Yeah, I understand.
Like, they were like, oh, she's not as good looking as him,
now
so,
she's
like,
taxing
what the fuck?
him for everything he has. Shit crazy. Shit is crazy.
Life comes at you fast.
Oh, yeah, I remember, all right, so I seen a tweet. So
a twit.
Like, what'd I say, twit?
A twit. You saw a twit.
I saw a twat.
Just stick with the twit.
I saw a twat.
You saw a twit.
I saw a twat. A girl tweeting, a bitch done found her talent.
Kim Kardashian.
Kim frees another inmate.
Yes. And this morning I saw she's actually freed 17 over the last 90 days.
Oh!
So it's not just one. It's 17.
Man, give it up for the girl, man.
Sorry.
Yeah, give it up for Kim. Oh, what I said? I said Kim out here saving black people, bro.
No, she really is. So yeah, she freed 17 over the last 90 days, allegedly. Well, not allegedly, she did do it.
Yeah.
And then but there was only the story about the most recent one that she got out. Who was he did serve 22 years for a nonviolent drug crime, whatever. And yeah, like you can't hate on her, man. Like she's doing what she's doing. Even so, yesterday I watched the last episode of Keeping Up with the Kardashians, and it's when when Kim starts talking about how she wants to be a lawyer. And so basically in the episode, it's like her starting out as becoming a lawyer, and her saying like she doesn't want a lot of people to know about it just yet. And this was filmed in like November or something. And how so she had to go fly to San Francisco for 5 hours a week and then spend her time on her own, like studying and shit. And I'm like, holy fuck, like this is a lot. Like I don't know how she's gonna do it, but
she got money to do it.
She's got money to do it, but she doesn't have the time to do it. That's what I really respect her for at the end of the day, is that time. Because think about all the event, like last night, for example, she's at the Met Gala. Think about all the prep that had to go into that. Or like with her KKW beauty line, or her fragrance line, or like filming the show and shit. Like it's like she's always working.
Yeah.
I feel like it'd be kind of hard to like.
I swear she posted like a picture of Kanye sending her a tweet. It was like, this is your life. You're a lawyer. You're a mother. You go to church with your family every Sunday.
Yeah.
Man, Kim. What I say? I pick up Kim Kardashian on this mic all the time.
You do.
I never disrespect it. I don't think I ever disrespect. I pick up this woman all the time because you know what? I look past all the bullshit that people want to put in front of you, and I'm like, this is a real right woman, right? Kanye lucked up with this one.
Yeah, well, he didn't get it right away. You know, he was in love with Kim 10 years before they finally started dating.
That's the same thing what Nipsey did. Nipsey was in love with, or he had a crush on Lauren before he got with her.
Yeah, well,
and
anyways.
Meek had a crush on Nicki before he got with her. But,
you think I'll get to Chris Brown eventually?
Damn, yo.
Do you?
Wait.
Answer the question.
No. What I told you was guys pursuing girls. I don't have stories the other way around. I don't know.
Yeah. So good job to Kim Kardashian. I wish her all the best. And yeah, that's it.
Yeah, man.
Winnie the Pooh.